posted in the act. Got to hit the club, we've been mobbing all day. On some Dino, VIP stats. Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Snapping their fingers, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move. Where I'm from. I ain't shorty what they call it. She said the pool palace, straight from Bankhead. I said you're good at it. What you do, you and your crew. They even got players and thugs doing it too. The more that I the more it's looking smooth. It's nothing to a boss. I can two. Snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it.
If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go from Southern California. And he takes this all the way back for 6. The opening kickoff of the afternoon turns into a touchdown. Greg, a dream start to this one. The opening kickoff taken back all the way for the first points of the game.
And each one of these teams, Mike, they've spent the entire week discussing how can we get off to a fast start. But you don't get out to much of a faster start than returning the opening kickoff of the game. It's a dream start, as you said. And, man, you just don't draw it up much better than that.
This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Murray now going to throw to open. That's to the tight end, Elijah Higgins. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Murray. That's caught downfield by McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
First down, Cardinals.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
7 yards pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Murray now. Through the middle of the field. And he will score. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. That touchdown, number 19 on the year. Chad Ryland now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cardinals move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 26-yard line. Off play action. It's Stafford. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams' 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, Murray. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. That's a defender sliding his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona.
So often these defenses come into the game, Mike, and when they build their pass defense plan, there's tight ends, there's receivers, there's so many weapons that these offenses around the league have at their disposal. It can be easy sometimes to not account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happened here. Easy throw, get it into the hands of one of the most dynamic guys on the field, and let them do the rest after the catch, and he takes it in for a touchdown.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
That! Lady!
A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That's Jack Atwell. He's got it. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35.
41 yards on the
That
play.
is a big play for L.A. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ready, tonight!
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back. And they hold him to no gain.
We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Stafford now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
250! Hurry!
On 4th down, Stafford. Short throw pulled in by Parkinson.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
180! You ready to speed? You ready to speed?
Again, it's Stafford. He's got it at the 7, and they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 1, 2nd and goal.
He goes, set!
Corum trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. So a little extra time to think about this 3rd and goal as we've hit the end of the first. 14-6 is our score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Now from a yard farther back, it's 3rd and goal. Williams will score. Touchdown, LA.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Nevis, good on the extra point. And the Rams move back to within 1.
Rams 13.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. A safe kick taken at the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now Murray. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Braden Fisk. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Murray going to hand this to Benson. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
So now that's 2 consecutive plays where they end up going backwards. So a sack, a negative run. The biggest thing you have to avoid in the NFL are these negative plays, because now it puts all of the pressure on a 3rd and pass situation. And when a defense can play you one-dimensional, it is a big challenge for any offense. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
At their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
That's good.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
On 1st down, Stafford. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. They'll run the toss to Corum. Corum, 1st down and more. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Rams 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready. Go win him, go win him. 80. A give, and here comes Williams. And he's going to get belted at the end, but he keeps possession of the football. Setting up 1st and goal.
That's another Rams first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Waiting. They'll run. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. One more time for Williams. And he turns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line.
Gain of 7 yards. It's now third and goal.
Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. We'll line up at the 3-yard line again. They'll try to punch it in on third and goal.
Blue 60! What do you have?
Stafford working from the pistol. That one, take it in. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown, Rams. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Cardinals 14.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. A return now from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 13 yards.
On first down, it's Murray. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. They work this out wide to Benson. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
And the Cardinal first down.
Now Murray. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down. Murray's going to throw again. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a game of about 1. Tackle made by Nate Landman. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Nathan Landman. And he'll be taken down. That is a good return. They'll set up shop at the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Set. Look at
A first down throw for Stafford. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. You're not going to get away with it at this level.
A pickup of 12 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
A short one here, caught by McBride. To the pylon, he's in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. That his second touchdown of the game. He's got 20 on the year. And his sensational season continues. That touchdown catch, number 20 on the year. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down, Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Now a first down throw for Stafford. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact...
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. It's the linebacker, Zaven Collins. Nothing better than a big man touchdown. The defensive lineman comes up with a pick-6. Celebration time for the guys up front.
Yeah, Mike, and you can always see which guys have a little running back in their pass, because this big guy, when he got his hands on the ball, he was not being stopped until he found himself in the end zone.
We have hit halftime. We're going to take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. First down throw for Murray. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Out to his right. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, You got to pay a price, and in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
That one caught by Wilson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down. From the gun, it's Murray. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He's going to air this one out for Jones. And it's a big return. He's finally tackled right near midfield.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Big Walter Nolan, a rookie out of Ole Miss, there to make the stop. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford now. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Hey, easy. Yellow waiting.
Throw it on 3rd down. Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
It's Stafford throwing from the pistol. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
180.
On the play fake, here's Stafford. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They go play action for Murray. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And he's got another one. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. He's up to 21 touchdowns now. What a campaign. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
We're waiting.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
16 yards.
16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Stafford now on 1st down. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from Michigan.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the second round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a first rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this,
and he will score again. Brandon drive. Touchdown, Arizona. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals will extend this third quarter lead. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set. Got him, I got 250.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. To the outside, it's brought in by Adams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Stafford working from the pistol. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
and this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
He gets this complete, finding Adams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards. On the carry, it's Williams. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. To the goal line and in. Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, LA. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw is Stafford. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Cody Simon. So down 2 scores. They're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. He's to midfield.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Murray now to throw on first down. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with him. On 1st and 10, here's Benson. And he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of a first down. That's a pickup of 8. 2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Murray now. That is caught. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, Stafford. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
This one, complete to Atwell. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Brings up third down.
Hey, red. Set. 180. Moving hot.
They go play action with Stafford. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Josh Sweat in there to record his 2nd sack of the afternoon, and number 6 on the year.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long.
21.
They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. The failure on 4th down leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Here's Murray to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
A gain of 7.
From the 2 now, his 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Now, Murray on the bootleg. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals will add one more onto their big lead.
26. Chad Ryland to kick off.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Set. 180.
Play action now for Stafford. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Set. Sit on.
They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Tyler Higbee was the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike. And Just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
For the Rams.
So a fourth down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. This will be returnable from his own 15. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Murray. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Jones. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. First down throw from Murray. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
11, and it's third down.
On 100.
Third and long. Here we go. One final play. On the move past the 40. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So it's a win for the Cardinals. They finish off the regular season in grand style. They are division champions. They'll get a home game next weekend in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.